Z, as we have got to the top right our blue Terran player from the Shopify Rebellion. He's now 1-0-2-0 in this group. It is ByuN. As in the bottom left, our red Zerg is Rogue. Get ready to kick this one off and get this one underway. Let's see what our plan is going to be. It's opening the series up. We're gonna throw a hatchery down. As do have the gas and sorry, just the pool coming up. The hatchery, interestingly enough, is going to be on the gold base. Now on the outside as well. It's becoming a more common thing for the Zergs to do. So it's becoming a little bit more frequently kind of jumped into and kind of dove upon as we get this going. Orbital command center continue to come up. Just gonna be having ourselves the hatch, gas, and pool. Well, hatch and pool, no gas. I keep wanting to say gas, but there really is not a gas here at all. Extractor coming up. Again, a few drones mining away on the mineral lines. Just gonna get that on the way as well. Trying to get set up here currently. As our Reaper continues to head down to the bottom left-hand side of the map. So Reaper going to get a bit of a journey on the go. Protron coming up, Queen's on the way, Overlord producing as well. You can see those couple lings coming up, and they're going to start jumping onto the Reaper. Reaper will take a few more shots. And is going to continue to go fighting here as the drone takes a little bit more damage as well. Queen's still firing through. See, ByuN's setup is going to be a second barracks at home and then the factory, so going to be a little bit biocentric here, me. It can be a little bit of a 2-1-1-esque timing, right? Get some Marines out into the medevacs quickly and go from there. Could be the way we try and play this. We're going to shoot. Queen gets blasted. Just going to have our Reaper continue to get pushed around a little bit. Factory about to finish. It's a bunk on the way from ByuN. He's looking to just be very cautious. He's afraid of the Roach Ravager in production, and so he should be maybe. A little bit of pressure there. If you can shut that down immediately, that would be great. And there's a few extra drones finishing up here on the side of Rogue, so we get those completed. People still moving around in the center. Bunker about to complete. And that starport coming online as well right now on this side of ByuN, so we get that up and running. Comes through, CC up in the skies. And Rich Ravager's going to step in, a few Marines. Going to fight that a little bit as well. The SCVs are now going to pull through, so these units just kind of walk past the bunker. However, ByuN's going to be able to close the gap quickly, and he's going to lose some SCVs, absolutely, yes, but he's going to kill everything here and still have a good amount of Marines. Remember, Stim is about to be done. Our starport's about to get to the reactor. We will have our first medevacs out soon, and we will start moving around the map and trying to deal damage in this very, very shortly. So this honestly looks kind of concerning in my eyes for Rogue, because I feel like, yeah, you did some damage, yes. Yes, you have a gold base, but your third hatch is only just now finishing. Your lair's only just now completing. I mean, this is nice. I was denying the Terran mining here for a little bit with this Roach as well. It's the benefit of playing any sort of a Roach style on this map. Denying that gold-based mining. That's why the Zerg takes the gold on the outside as well, so it doesn't get, you don't get harassed from the other side and have no access to get there easily. So I guess we'll see what ByuN does as the medevacs pop. He's going into siege tank as well. Could be a very aggressive second kind of wave as well, past the first just kind of initial Marine medevac drop. he could then go into like a tank Marine push, and that could actually be very effective too. So possibilities. There's a Reaper that's trying to be annoying here, but doesn't get much done. Roach Ravager still joining up defensively as that Roach speed is coming up to being halfway done. ByuN is out on the map with his first 2 medevacs, as once again a Roach that is just denying the gold-based mining. Medevacs load up, gonna head down toward the bottom right-hand corner, just gonna see our Roach Ravager still gathering. Down to the south, reducing the Marine's going to get there, knocking down an Overlord as well. Marine's going to load back into the medevacs. And the medevacs and Marines continuing to come through. Marines is going to go jumping forwards. Ravagers and Roaches continue to fight. I was going to see a couple of shots coming through there. In the end, ByuN didn't do too much with the Marine phase of this, but to be fair, Rogue's on 36 drones and is just spamming Roach Ravager. ByuN doesn't really want to do anything right now. And we've seen how Roach Ravager keeps coming up. A few SCVs will be pulling away again. A couple of tanks firing. +1 attack, +1 armor, continue to come through. Combat shield coming up as well. Be seeing our Ravager still trying to put some damage in here, trying to find some other opportunities. And the Medevacs is going to lift off, pulling back over the side again. Roach Ravager on the move. Attack and armor upgrades building from ByuN. I mean, obviously, as long as he didn't die there, then this is good, because his opponent is building a ton of units and not a lot of workers. Rogue is very much thinking in the here and now, and then let's do something very quickly, rather than the let's play for the long game. Battle coming through, a couple of SCVs go down, and Marines get there for a couple of Ravagers and the Overseer. Nice little run in, nice little grab. Seeing our units continue to move them about there as Roach Ravager gathers. Marines get over to the right side. Overlord will take some shots. This Ravager gets grabbed. The tank's still settling just on that base. Got a couple of shots. Corrosive Battle's going to take down another medevac. Some medevacs will continue to chase the Roaches away. More Ravagers morphing. We do have our tanks chilling as our Marines are going to have to step backward at the moment. Rogue with a lot of army supply. But not really that much worker count still, like I say. I mean, he's really hoping to do more than this right now. I mean, now he's kind of added a couple of drones, but still making lings. A very weird game. A very weird game, actually. Step up, Roach Ravager coming through. Corrosive Battle's dropping down, still going to see our tanks going to unsiege, relocate a little bit. Let's continue to drop in. Marines and the medevacs moving about. 2-2 on the way as well, +1 vehicle weapons also on the way up currently. Marine tank all gathering. Still just seeing our 2-2 coming about. +1 vehicle weapons. ByuN just happy to play a very patient game, which is exactly the correct call given what Rogue is doing. Still only 56 drones on this map right now. Bar's going to come up. He's going to see Marines and Medivacs getting chased out of there. Coach Ravager will step forward. The unit's going to step up as well. Marine's going to have to back away. And again, back into the center. Still got 2-2 about to finish. Drilling claws on the way up. Gonna knock those rocks down, take that out. Again, 2-2 about to finish here on the side of ByuN, so get that 2-2 completed. Drilling claws is still in production, about halfway done at the moment. Red Ravager really trying hard to open up the map. Still only 63 workers. Heading to the Lurker Den. Rogue's army is massive, but his money is going to be terrible. I mean, he's got a bit of bank right now. I mean, his income just cannot possibly end up being good here, especially as that gold base lines out. Tank sieging across the board. Command Center will look to drop down. ByuN now building a base on that other side of the goal. The reason for that is he wants the rich Vespene gas, it seems, and I guess he'll also say that that's going to be pretty reasonable. It's going to be seen how Medivac's heading down the bottom. Ravager steps up, couple biles go down. Nidus network still producing through for the moment here. Bio loading back up into the Medivacs. Medivac's actually going to be looking to get out of there alive. Chased by Hydras. One goes down. Oh, we stopped moving. We're dropping in a bad place. ByuN didn't realize how much Rogue was going to chase, I guess. The thing is, Rogue is still attacking into all those siege tanks, so it's not necessarily terrible for ByuN, whose tanks go huge. Two ghosts showing up as well, ready to snipe on the tail end of this. And these are the trays I just don't think Rogue will ever be able to afford to build out of again. Because he just hasn't had the economy. He chose to stay on a low drone count all day long. Final Ghost moving over, Command Center setting up. Things moving down the bottom, getting a couple of Nidus networks, the Bane Nest coming up, Seismic Spine's on the way. Command Center moves over to that right hand side, couple of snipes coming in on the Overlord. I've got a couple of workers coming through. Adrenal Glands, Burrow, Adaptive Talons, all continuing about at the moment. What a weird game. More snipes coming about. It's going to be seeing a Hydra Ravager moving forward. CC getting killed. It's going to see that tank going down as well. So another little pick off there as we have a Lurker's going to unburrow, pull back. 8 more Hydras on the way in. Rogue finally got the worker count up to above 80, by the way. Change engine's going to drop down. Again, the spine's still coming up, the spore coming through. Can see a bit of Bio already stepping forward here. The Ravagers and the Hydras get chased away immediately. He's going to step up. Ravagers continue to push. Lurkers as well. Ravager, Hydra, Lurker just going to push forward here. Just going to be seeing our units continue to get picked away at. And a couple of ghosts continue through, plus 2 vehicle plating, Neo Steel armor all coming up. Snipe, snipe, snipe. Couple of Ravagers going down already. Yeah, the Nidus is in the back. We're seeing the rest of the ghosts and everything coming back together. And Hydra comes up. Nidus Network's really not seeing too much success then just yet as Rogue tries to blast his way through the bottom side of the map. So going to engage in it from the bottom here. More Overseers being added on. Rogue has been doing this thing lately. All the Overseers kind of block the Lurkers so you can't snipe them easily, can't click them. Plus 3 missiles, plus 1 melee, all of that building. Couple SCVs going to jump into that red Vespian gas. It's going to pull a little while as you see ByuN looking for potential snipes here. Going to knock down our change lanes at the front as we step back. There's snipes on the first Lurker. That will go down. The Bane's getting grabbed as well. A few more snipes continue out. Snipes all over the place as they continue to get absolutely demolished. These Lurkers just getting pushed back. I mean, this is obviously a Rogue who was kind of dead in this game. I mean, honestly, the fact this game went 18 minutes and Rogue never really did anything fantastic in this game is kind of a, I don't know if it's a testament. It's just, I think, ByuN playing extremely safe, to be honest. 21,000 to 8,000 resources lost. And that's just not going to get any better as these snipes continue to come through. There's no spellcasters to stop the ghosts. There's no banelings to stop the ghosts. There's nothing to stop the ghosts, actually. Fusion core coming in, starport coming up, plus 3 vehicle weapons coming up as well. Alright, look at Bane coming up the top side. Overseers on the move. We're going to try and rotate direction on this map a little bit. He still has a lot of the map, it's just he doesn't have a lot of supply to work with. ByuN is rich as well. As the turrets continue to build, 44 lings of production from Rogue. I'm not sure if that's really going to change a whole bunch of anything, to be honest. Bio Ghost continues to step forward. Let me see how Overseer's chilling. A couple of ghosts are going to be firing. It's going to crash in. A few ghosts going down. Just going to be seeing the medevacs continue to escape back to the upper right-hand side. Another 90s attempt here, but that tank is on top of it. ByuN can actually be hit by a counter-attack down here. A couple of tanks very far forward. That is not a planter or anything yet, so it can't really defend itself even against just the Ling Bane. Rogue's still trying to Nidus, but none of these Niduses will go up successfully. Well, that one does, but it dies a moment later. More snipes coming out from the ghosts. Just going to be having our Bio getting rid of the Nidus. Just that ghost coming through. Pain's Lurkers all coming up. Again, plus 2 melee coming in. Who's going to get here? Orbital taking shots. And we've seen the Liberator range coming up as well from ByuN. And no one in this group has shied away from... it's just, yeah, there's a couple of tanks set up. Landry Fortress fighting. CC cancels. Other CC going to get placed. Ling Bane, Lurker, Hydra. Couple spores going to fire. Medevac taking damage. Again, Libs and the size of, and the advanced ballistics coming up. ByuN just taking the very safe route all game long. Snipes coming out, those lurkers are still dropping, damage being done across the board here. The rest of the Ling's going to run in. So Bane's continuing to drop down here. I mean, this is again just a good fight for ByuN. I'm still yet to see really a good fight for Rogue, is my problem in this entire game, right? Like, the entire game has just been all about ByuN. 23k resources lost. Yes, Rogue had a lot of bases to work with, but ByuN's always had a massive bank. Ghost is going to get there, knock that Nidus down. So Banes are going to morph. We're just going to step forward again with these few lurkers. Chinchins will be targeted. ByuN will get rid of those, clear up the way in that regard. Few available snipes, but not really being utilized just yet as our Liberators continue to step up. Help push back on that position, pushing back a base. ByuN at the same time is trying to defend bottom right. That's only an orbital. Surprised that's not an orbital and a planetary. The orbital stick can lift up and kind of just dodge away from being failing down, but then a planetary near it, so it actually does have some defense. Because right now, just a few ghosts showing up is not exactly ideal as we EMP the Overseers. Some of these ghosts, I was going to say are likely to die, but the Bane stopped chasing, they turn back around. ByuN drops to 46 workers, but again, 7.5k, 5k in the bank. And ByuN just going to keep setting planetaries up and choke points, keep having positions to fall back to. Utilizing Libs to be frustrating right now as well is going to be, again, just another annoyance. Couple of drones go down. Libs, tanks, Infernal Pre-Igniter all continue to come about. Orbital's just going to drop down. He's going to fire, he's going to be seeing the tanks, going to shoot back, and just going to have that Ling Bane Lurker Force going to get pushed away for the moment, so a little bit of a shove back for the moment here. Couple of shots over to come out taking damage. You're going to see our Ghosts lining up to fire some hits off. The Libs will siege. Snipe, 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 and a bunch of lurkers go down immediately. I mean, like I said before, this is really still just waiting for anything, quite frankly, for Rogue to kind of go his way. Lurkers coming up, Ling's still coming through, planetary forges continue to come about. Two shots coming around. Going to be seeing a Hydra Lurker going to push up on the top side, so away we go over there. And try and come straight on through. A big push in to begin with is just going to be seeing our Ling's Lurkers all setting up into this, taking a step forward right now. He's going to pull back a little bit. A few Lurkers still stepping in. Liberator is coming through as well. Again, Rogue supply just plummets, and he's never had enough economy I mean, he's had bases, he's had economy, but he's never traded well enough to maintain a bank. Every time he trades, it seems to go disastrously for him. As the Liberators are going to fire that, going to keep everything back again. Resource loss must be horrible. I mean, we've looked at it a few times. It's gone even worse. 56k to 23k to end it. This was an unwinnable game for Rogue. I think it's been unwinnable for like 10. Inside our blue Zerg. Down a game in the best 3. Wonder what he's going to bring to the table on this one. It is going to be Rogue in the bottom right. If ByuN wins this 2-0, we are going to be on track to potentially have a tiebreaker situation, guys. Ay, ay, ay. Game number 2. Rogue in the bottom right, ByuN in the upper left. Oceanborn our battlefield. Overlord is going to come across the map. Very exciting. What's the ship on the shelf next to the battlecruiser? It's a Broodlord. There you go. What do you mean the Broodlord? There's little battlecruisers underneath. Top of my shelf so much cooler than the bottom of my shelf. You want that BC? Yeah, that's very cool. Not gonna lie. It's very cool. So happy they made the carry and the Broodlord as well. Sorry, low FPS because I'm tapped out of the game, clicking buttons. There we go. Couple lings, gonna go into the Reaper. Reaper gonna take some damage as he comes in though and gets a ling, so ByuN gonna get a first ling initially, start that off. Reaper just chilling here, Queen coming over, link speed is about halfway done to start out with, couple of drones in the hatchery. Coming in as well, so just getting that underway. Drones building, Overlord coming through. And you have that Queen and the Link speed continue to come up also, so all of that on the way in. For the moment, there's a couple of Links, gonna knock down some rocks. Clearing up house a little bit. Now that Queen is gonna fire some shots. And 2 Hellions and Reaper just going to set up. You have a command center finishing very shortly as well. Bring that up and online. The Ling gets into the main base. CC sets up as well. It's a third base coming online now. As the Reaper continue over. Still got a stim pack coming up. The Marine on the way. Banshee coming up as well. Mostly Hellions will poke around for some damage here and there. One Banshee done. Second Banshee on the way. Let's see if those Banshees have anything interesting they might be able to get up to here. Hellions already coming down at the bottom side. 4th hatchery's on the way up from Rogue. He just got that started. Marines will go burning up that hatch for a little bit, so some damage dealt. Engineering base, barracks all building up. Just gonna see the stim pack continue to come around for the moment. Goes down. Hellion's gonna step backwards. We do have the 1-1 in the stim pack coming online. Stim's about to finish. As the Baneling Nest starts up from Rogue as well. Couple Evo Chambers continuing through, finishing up momentarily. Bench combo makes that move. Like I say, no cloak on these guys, so just going to be trying to move in and out and see if there's anything to be grabbed. Queen on the side, going to take a few shots of damage as well. Again, melee upgrades and the Baneling speed coming up. A few additional drones are on the way in as well. All of that coming online for the moment. As the Hellion's going to knock down some creep teamers as well, so we can get some extra damage done. Nice round. Ling's going to get a full wraparound there, actually. Barracks coming down the left. Medivacs trying to move out as ByuN wants to try and stay active on the map. Obviously coming in, a few drones drop down, the Banshee's still poking about when the opportunity is given. Obviously full scout from Rogue, he knows what he's up against as ByuN will get the tank and a few Marines in position here. We'll try and take the opportunity to pressure into some of this creep. I don't know, I mean tank doesn't really reach much, it's just going to be a backup to the Marines. Something they can fall back to as well. Lift up, let the tank get some shots off, target fire the Banelings. This is going to be great. We're going to lose the rest of the Banelings here. That means the Marines behind the siege tank is going to be a fantastic. Horrible trade for Rogue, as Rogue is backing off from there. Already double resources lost for Rogue and ByuN. That was an awful decision from Rogue to move forward. This tank is not really in any sort of position to do anything apart from take advantage of you running into it. And so what does he do? He runs into it. That was like, that's exactly what ByuN wants you to do, Rogue. Don't let your opponent decide what's up. Marines got some creep here now. Going to step onto the Queens. A lot of transfusions going down. It's pretty much going to drain the Queens of energy. However, it's good enough to save the Queens. None go down. Medevac dies. 2 upgrades still in production as well. The siege tank Marines and extra barracks coming up. Actually going to get caught here a little bit. Tanks on siege. Can we get rid of these Banelings? We lift up. We're going to pull behind the tanks again, similar to what we did before. As the Medevac's unable to get a full unload though, and that will be that. Still knocked down a lot of the Banelings. ByuN continuing to do that as Rogue just rushes up to Hive. Gonna get Burrow upgrade also. Potential Burrow Baneling plays could be absolutely massive, of course. So that's one thing we're going to be holding out for and watching for. Definitely a possibility. Marines chilling. Melee upgrade still building through. We do have the TP on the side of ByuN coming up as well right now, so continue to bring that into play. Just having ourselves a couple of Banshees going after that extractor. Damage being dealt. Banshees around the back. Couple of drones already going down. We'll have that Ultras Cavern starting up here on the side of Rogues. Again, that Ultras Cavern on the way. Marines unloading, Overseer taking damage. The Lings are going to run forward. The Banes are going to get through there as well as the Marines load back up. They're going to pull back over that right-hand side. The rest of those Overseers coming online. Going to get rid of 2 Overseers. They both go down. The Ling Bane continues over. Army continues to move about. Again, a couple of CCs continuing in. The Lings are moving around also, as we do have a couple of those Lings turned back. Once more, ByuN is just happy to build CCs, set up the factory, control the game with drops, and then start a build into the later stages. Loads up the left-hand side, going to drop into the natural. Just going to drop in. A few Lings will go down. Obviously, scans available here. It's going to be a pretty good defense. Another attempt from Rogue is just not really going to do much at all, honestly. Backing up the center as well. I mean, like I say, Rogue is just losing units. Doesn't feel like he gains anything from this. I mean, again, with so good resources lost, 9.9k to 5k, only 11 minutes in. I mean, Vipers and Ultras on the way up. Rogue is going to have 94 drones this time, so he's going to have a much better economy. Continues around, medevac up in the sky. Still got that kindness playing about to finish. Plus 3 carapace coming through. Another hatch goes down. Let's load up a group of Lings that are going to come about for the moment. Away they go. Another attempt of that drop, which did not really do much previously. Guess that throws in position straight away. I mean, 2 overlords go down, dropping a total of 3 Lings. Obviously, the other overlords will continue through, but so many Lings just die in transit. And we are going to try and get the engineer bay here. Is ByuN paying attention? I don't think he'll get a wraparound to prepare it anyways. A few Marauders are going after those Lings. He's actually going to lose his upgrades. Rogue is going to see some success. His plus 3 attack goes down as well. So yeah, 3-3 fully denied. That's something. I mean, it's way better than what we saw previously. Rogue has to throw away units with that style. Yeah, that's great, but there's a throwing away units and getting something out of them, and throwing away units and getting nothing done with it at all. Like, obviously he has to throw away units. Lingbane Ultra is designed to headbutt into these armies, but like I say, sometimes you got to do plays like this, right? This is looking a lot better, where you knock down a planetary, you get a bunch of SCVs killed as well. You're making positive progress while throwing your units away, and 94 drones lets you rebuild instantly. Bio's still sitting out here. Plus 3 melee, plus 3 carapace continue to come up. Drones coming over again, plus 2 vehicle weapons coming through, the cloaking on the way out. Drones coming across to that bottom left-hand side. Again, Spire coming up. A few more Lings coming in. 3-3 upgrades continue to get going as well. We're being very aggressive with base expansions. Trying to take this one here, slow ByuN down for taking it a little bit, and may just be able to control this map well enough to make this work, as, again, that might be a few tanks too many to run into, though. Like I say, may have to get a little bit more creative with where you headbutt. Lings move about. Ling's going to run up. Bio's going to load in as well. More tank shots. Ling's taking shots. Swarm hosts in production from Rogue. So wait for him to try and find some efficiency, it seems, with those swarm hosts coming through. So Bio going to fight here. That's funny. One of the swarm hosts comes out of the hatchery on this top side. We'll take a few more shots. Lings and Ultras just going to go after the rocks there. Let's see if he's pulling around. We do have ourselves a couple more CCs continuing up. Bio going to step onto the creep. As ByuN will start the slow fight back for map control. It's not going to come quickly or easily, but little by little he can chip away. And we're in for a long game here with the way that ByuN likes to play lately. He's super comfortable and confident, kind of just letting this go late. Ghost going to come around. Ling's going to take damage. She's going to be seeing a queen up the top. He's going to get taken down. A couple creep teamers as well will drop down. 3-3 upgrades are building from ByuN. Again, we have small host overseers all coming by. The +1 missiles is coming through also. And a couple of Vikings trying to get there. As well as our siege tanks pick away at those locusts. They will all drop. The Vikings still continue to fly through. And ByuN will step forwards. A couple swarm hosts and the Lings all coming out as well. So all those overseers are ready to block those snipes as the word on the street of why they're being used like this by Rogue. Very innovative of him. Swarm hosts, gonna drop the locust down. We've seen the Marines continue to fight. A couple of those locusts continue to get dropped. Damage being done. Ultra's Lings is going to go wrap around a set of rocks here as well. Who still step forward again, +2 missiles, +2 flyer attack, continuing in for now. Vikings Ghost all gathering again. Our Neo Steel plating is on the way up. ByuN again accepting the late stages. This time Rogue's banked so much better though. 8k, 3.5k. He's so much richer, and he's traded still twice as badly, but he's taken so much more of the map, so much more actively. And again, he's done it with that, extra work account. Really puts him in a much more playable position. The Swarm was going to drop in here. So we'll find 2 siege tanks. A little bit of bio, not bad at all. Anytime you're getting rid of those tanks, that's generally a pretty big positive. Sniper comes across, feelings going to get there. Marines lift up and back away. Everybody's putting some work in. Can target by the ultras maybe. Get some shots on those. They run through. A couple ghosts get caught over on the far right hand side. Marines Ghost moving about. Siege tank is going to relocate from the main so they can actually knock those Nidus down. We'll get to work on it. As long as you start reacting on promptly, you have quite a lot of time to get rid of those Niduses, don't you? My tank just fully unsieged and just single targeted down on its own. Very comfortable. Is en masse. Again, it's been kind of the way that Rogue has been playing this ZvT lately. And Lambo is in the works of making a YouTube video to analyze it, guys. So we'll understand it fully soon, I'm sure. Set up some replays. Hopefully we get some good content there on the Lambo YouTube. Lane's coming across. Going to be jumping in towards the bio there. Tank going down. Ghost as well, taking some hits. Again, it's so difficult to just see what you're fighting against when those overseers block your view. It's kind of wild, but that's genuinely kind of the magic of this from Rogue. Apparently makes it difficult to engage with. Locust pop up. Gonna move forward once again. Overseer still overhead here as Locust drop down. They're only gonna take damage in this natural. Parasect bomb on the medevac there. It's going to go moving around. The swarm host coming back around the bottom. Missile turrets will shoot. Just going to be seeing one turret already going down. Liberator going to get shot at. And plus 3 vehicle plating coming through as well. About halfway done. Just going to see another Nidus coming through on the other side. We're going to get that and pick that Nidus up. Just going to take that down. A couple of siege tanks sieging up on the side of ByuN. We'll have ourselves the entry taking a lot of shots. I mean, now double Nidus attempting the main base. Tank's going to get rid of one easily, but the second, maybe not so easy. A few ghosts will step up. No, we siege the tank back up. Nothing's going to pour out of this, but it's a little scary perhaps. How many overseers are there? 39. It's not cheap, don't get me wrong. Those overseers are a massive money investment, but Rogue clearly believes that they genuinely help him to take fights. Let's see how Locust going to jump up once again. Going to step forward here. Drop on down. The ghosts continue to get going. A couple of siege tanks firing away. 2 SCVs getting picked off as well. Again, changelings are going to step out onto the map. May as well use them. Force your opponent to use some APM to clear them up and everything. Have ourselves a bunch of orbitals going to settle up at the top side. Now sat here, 12k, 5k in the bank from Rogue, 7k, 4k on the side of ByuN. Only clearly available on both sides as tanks get rid of another round of Locust. Resources lost. 29 to 21k, it's improved for Rogue. Things have taken a yeah. Rogue is taking some better fights, which is a step in the right direction. As Network goes down, Lingbane coming through, the Overseers move over to the side. Still setting up, just gonna see another round of Locust gonna step forward. Ghost Hellbat on the right side gonna take a step up here as well. Locusts drop in, the Ghost is just gonna sit here and just play cleanup. As these Locusts go down, the Hellbat's gonna start the Hell. Blankcloud's coming here as Rogue has a more successful push forward. A few Ghost Snipes coming through. And as the tanks continue to put in some serious work though, both players will take losses through this. It was what, like 29 to 21k resources lost a moment ago? Now 35 to 24k, so a little bit favorable to ByuN, but not dreadfully so, as Rogue apparently took this location and try and just mine some gas. Oh, that's so funny. Well, Ling's just going to come up the left side. Just going to be having ourselves the turn onto these Lings should be easy. Lings will not do too much as Rogue obviously does want to try and spend some minerals along the way here. As Yo Cake Machine, thank you so much by the way for the 14-month resub on the Prime. Appreciate it. Another Nidus attempt up in the main base. Once we set that off, Nidus in the upper right as well. It's going to be seen our Locust dropping down. A few of those SCVs are falling. Ghosts continue to fight. As we will see ourselves a couple of Ultras, and those Banelings all continue to come up. Just going to have our Ghosts continue to play cleanup. Now a Nidus over here to have to deal with as well. Still just playing a lot of defense. I think ByuN's issue is going to be he needs to start establishing another base right now. Like, there's not really a lot more time left for him to kind of get another base up and running, because if he doesn't start establishing it soon, I just don't think it ever happens. But at the same time, I mean, it feels like the last couple of fights have been very good for him. Resource loss difference still about 11k. I guess not very good, but reasonably good. 104 has put some work in. The Nidus in the main base just not being used. Some of these Niduses are getting up, but Rogue does not have units in them to actually utilize it. The Banes roll out one by one to kill a siege tank, guys. I'm not sure that's the most effective use of units we've ever seen. So this was a successful Nidus, but it might have actually been better if it just wasn't successful. More Niduses get up in the main base. ByuN has to deal with this, as he is mining off that far right side base. Focus hop up, couple of Vikings. Reducing through, more Lingbane on the way by. Uh-oh, those SDVs not going to get caught apparently. They are going to make a transition across to the left side base as well. So ByuN trying to take some extra bases right now. All of those changelings are going to get taken out as well. SCV is going to jump onto the planetary fortress. Lingbane Overseer flying through in the center. We do have ourselves a couple of libs, tanks, ghosts, hellbats. All that continuing up as we just have now the Locust dropping down. Ball goes down immediately there. Just going to be seeing all these Locusts getting picked. Just move up to the top. Tanks coming about. Hellbats coming in as well. Hellbat Liberator goes continuing to come through for the moment. More goes from ByuN popping out for now. As we just have 29 minutes here on Oceanborn. It's going to be our current setting point. A couple of ghosts going to whack away. Just going to fire. Liberators are going to siege. See those Locusts continue to fly up. That's dropping down. A couple more Ghost Snipes going down as well. Still got Niduses in the main base. And there's a couple of mules drop into place. Hellbats will step forward and the Spore Crawlers get taken out. ByuN still has a good amount of money, as does Rogue. Feels like these Banes do not trade effectively at all there. That feels like they just rolled into a whole bunch of stuff that was not efficient. Scan comes about, a few more Ultras on the way through. Hellbat's coming up as well. He's going to run to the side, just going to go pick up a set of rocks. We've seen those Locusts continue to drop down, Ghosts continue to fight. A few changelings stepping forward, they're going to get knocked down. As the Ghost able to target through a few of those. Oh, those changelings getting picked off by the tank fire as well, though. 31 minutes now in this game. Just going to be seeing 34k to 46k resource loss. Resource loss still fairly close, but ByuN gaining access to a new base is helpful. The problem, like, I guess the question kind of becomes as well, usually you're used to seeing these resource losses and like, well, actually, that looks pretty good for a Zerg. But how many Zergs have also built 40 Overseers? Like, if you think about how much Rogue has mined on this map, he should have, like, another, like, 3k gas. And it's because he's built 40 Overseers, which, yes, I get it. Like, that's his thing right now, but that comes at a cost. Like, he's basically running around with an army, or a chunk of an army, in cost, in Overseers right now. Maybe an Ultra looking to press forward. The thought is going to be fucking away and picking off a Spore Crawler. One gets abducted. Lingbane Ultra moving through. The Ghosts continue to pull back. Tanks firing away. Planetary Fortress in position. And again, Ghosts coming down the right side with a few Hellbats here. They're going to go after a bunch of those drones, and drones are going to take a whole bunch of damage. Damage being dealt right from the get-go. Ghosts still playing cleanup as the Hellbats continue to get to work right now. And Ultra's coming up. Ling's on the way. We just have ourselves the Locust dropping in again. Ghost coming over. Nice fight for Rogue, actually getting rid of a few of these tanks and so on. Planetary Fortress will live, but this was all just Locust, free units. Able to get damage done is always going to be a major plus. That's why he introduced those Locusts as ByuN. By the way, Ink issue coming in right now. He's going to be out of gas very shortly. Only 700 gas remains. Only 700 gas remain. A few of those Locust changelings still getting dropped down, as you do see the tank shots able to chew through a bunch of them. And Ghosts coming up, tanks on the way, Hellbats coming through. The Locusts continue to drop into play here. The tanks, Hellbats gonna get to work. A few of those Locusts still being killed. And Ghosts coming over. Liberators coming through. Let's have ourselves 21 additional Banelings coming in from Rogue as our spores set up. Liberators continue to put work in now. We press forwards here. ByuN is gonna step on to creep. Kane comes back around that right side. Just going to be seeing the medevacs loading up. Purpose to get rid of one of those medevacs. I think ByuN's dying, guys. Slowly but surely. He's taking losses that he can't really recuperate from. And there's not really resources left on the map. The only resources left is this base over here. ByuN is well on his way to mining that. I mean, that's true for Rogue as well. But ByuN is not chewing through Rogue's bank, because all he's really doing right now is killing off Locusts. Although I do wonder if there's a point at which maybe more Locusts and more Swarmers is not the play, because there's potentially a stage where you say, hey, maybe we should actually make some other units again, because these Locusts sometimes don't do much. That's the Ghost catching an Ultralisk. We're now going to get chased down by Lingbane. Medevac's going to have to go in for evacuation mode. We're not splitting on the top side as ByuN gets caught off guard. All of that was to grab an Ultra on a set of snipes. And that was just a mistake made as once more changelings step into position. Interesting to see Rogue play this late game with no spellcasters and make it work. That's what you think, but did you know the Overseers are the spellcasters? Look at all these changelings just making it difficult for ByuN to move around properly and effectively, as the Locusts are now going to start dropping in. A couple of EMPs coming down on the Overseers as the Bane Ultra there is going to get eaten up alive by siege tanks. Only 3k gas left for Rogue. He doesn't really have any gas left either, so I mean, if ByuN can eat through that next 3k gas, I mean, look at Rogue go, though. 70 Lings in production instead. He's going to turn around here. I mean, this is ByuN actually stepping onto creep and away from his siege tanks, which I think is a mistake. He's going to lose a bunch of units right away. Another Ultralisk goes down. Corruptor's going to try and chase. The Swarm Hosts going to ready up to go again, but now you just lost a bunch of your Hellbats, which feels very scary. As the Locusts are going to come in, and I think ByuN is realizing, uh-oh, I need to kind of get away from here. He's going to lift up some of the units in medevacs to escape, but yeah, he has no answer to this round of Locusts just yet, or not an easy answer. They will go down. 28 new Banes coming up. This base falls. That's the base with the remaining gas on it, 500 and 1.2k, and also, you know, quite a bit of mineral income is available there too. That base is important. Hey, actually over here, whoa, there's 4k gas over here. And 150 minerals. That's so funny. But yeah, that's actually kind of a big deal at this stage. 4k gas available, if you mind that, is genuinely a big factor. I mean, ByuN is completely out of money, so anything he builds now... The thing is, I mean, we are, like, clearing out a couple sets of banelings away from ByuN being alright, arguably. If Rogue attacks in and these siege tanks get the banelings... I mean, if ByuN forces this to a mineral-only army from his opponent, here come the banelings and they're stacked up. The tanks... I mean, this is just going to be a mess of a fight. Here come the overseers as well. So many banelings roll forwards. And the tanks are going to go down. Rogue is going to rebuild into Ling Ultra. Can ByuN fight Ling Ultra? Probably not. 40 army supply, 36 army supply to 168. Rogue is going to win game 2. That means we will not have a tiebreaker, by the way. This will officially mean no tiebreaker possible in terms of like actual tiebreaker matches being played. It will not be possible with Rogue having won a map here. As ByuN gives us another of these sit back and don't do much of anything games as the Locusts step forward again and just going to be coming through. Missile turret's going to be firing. We do see the Locust dropping down. And ByuN on his final leg. 69 supply remaining. Not so nice for ByuN, as he really is looking to be kind of down and out on this one. Yeah, good job, Wardy. I'm just going to make all the players play live today. It's going to take like 3 hours. 4.5 hours later, we're still on match 5 out of 6. I'm sorry, players. Don't mean to destroy your schedules and take so much time of your day up. It's your fault. You're playing long games. The changelings come forward. Just going to be seeing the Viking overhead. A couple more of those changelings getting grabbed as Lingbane Ultra continues to gather up. The Overseer is still in the sky. I mean, we are just waiting for Rogue to put the finishing touches on Oceanborn and to round out this match. Yeah, it turns out these guys don't need post-youth to play a 45-minute game. 37 minutes is close enough. Hey, at least it wasn't a draw, though. Again, I was talking earlier about a time these guys drawed in recent history. A couple of weeks, I think it was 3 weeks ago now. WardiTV Festival Qualifier it was. Number 2, if I believe. If I remember correctly. Rogue takes it anyways. Enough of me yapping on. Rogue is tied 1-1 against ByuN. We've got 2-0'd. And then Showtime and Rogue had a winner between the two of them. So then we go to head-to-head there. Yeah, the only way you can tiebreaker and actually have matches played, because all the other things are even, is if you go... into like a... Is if someone 3-0s or goes 0-3... Because then it's possible the other guys go 3-way tie in amongst themselves with the same map scores. And that would then tiebreak them at either 1-2 or 2-1, depending on if it's a 3-0 or a 0-3 the other player in the group. SCV sets up on the top side. Rex and a gas on the way through as we get settled in here. For a couple of moments, we get ourselves the barracks coming through and ourselves set up. We have so one barracks proxied and one barracks back at home, so a little bit of extra aggression on the Reaper opening here out of ByuN is the plan. Got this set up to rumble. As we have the max will be finished in just a few moments. Again, the spawning pool, the hatch. Coming up on the side of Rogue, he is investing into the gas as well, so the extractor also online. Did that ever happen before? Someone going through the coin toss? Yeah, it happened in DreamHack once. There was a 3-way tie, and then they played tiebreakers, and the tiebreakers were, and it basically was equal once again, so went to another round of tiebreakers, which they tied again, because the same people in the circle of players, this guy would, player A would beat player B, but player B would beat C, and C would beat A, and that just happened 3 times. And then they said, we can't keep doing this, there's a whole tournament to go on, so we're just going to coin flip for 2 players to advance. Someone in the chat will probably know who what she was. And they did indeed coin flip, and guys moved on. Furious fighting, as again, there's going to be a little bit more aggressive because you have one of those barracks proxies, so the additional Reaper will show up pretty quickly. Just going to be seeing grenades go out, drones go down. The Reaper's pulling back. Ties in this are best of 1 though, or coin flip. We do best of 1 tiebreakers, but it won't be needed today. It's now no longer possible because ByuN, even if ByuN wins this, because he would win this 2-1 and he beat Harsman 2-0, there's just not a tiebreaker situation that's possible anymore. So yeah, today's tiebreakers are out the window. As our Reapers continue to move through, Link speed coming about, Overlord's coming around. As you have our Queen coming back over, going to hit an SCV for a couple of moments as well. So a few shots coming through on that, as we do have the CC still coming in. Oh, Bane Nest from Rogue. Oh my goodness. They're going to try and end the game early. Factory comes forward, just going to get ready to drop down onto the reactor. A couple of Hellions are on the way up. As we get settled down, just going to see. Distant back coming through. A few Banes and a few Lings on the way up as well. Obviously waiting for this buzz to happen. 9 Banes morphing in off to the left-hand side. ByuN having Hellions is very good for him here already. 30 moves out, and that means that those units can be caught. He actually plays pretty safely, pulling back here as the Banes continue to morph in. There's a lot of Banes as well as ByuN. He's going to send the Reaper Hellion out to the center. Because it's taken so long to hit, he probably doesn't think it's really a possibility anymore. He has some Hellions still at home as the Banes are ready to reveal themselves. And this is going to be it as Rogue tries to win this long series against ByuN. Knock himself a place in the playoffs, I think, guaranteed if he wins this, by the way. As the Banes come through, here we go. Banes bust down the first depot. Reactor goes down. The Hellions have work to do here, but the Hellions already going to get surrounded. First one wrapped around, dead already. Now SCVs and the Natural are going down as well. The Hellions in the main base are going to be caught. Banes left over to go hunting SCVs, and they're going to find a lot of damage as ByuN's SCV count plummets here. Some units still blocking the Hellions from coming back in. We're going to put a depot wall down to stop any further Lings coming through, but it's not going to matter. And Rogue says, get out of here, sitting back on your 20,000 command centers. Get out of this series, ByuN.